Hello, today I'm going to show you how to do a simple mandala drawing using our dot pens and our circle custom cutting system. If you don't have these shapes at home, look around the house for anything that can create a circular edge. Think coffee mugs, spice jars, spices, rolls of tape, anything that we can trace that circular edge. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the medium circle and we're going to place it where we want it on the design. We're going to start out using the pencil that we're going to be erasing these lines later. So we're going to trace the inside and the outside really lightly. So we create two rings. The next we're going to overlap the small circle right in the middle. I'm just going to move the paper so I can line this up, and you can see through the custom cutting system so you can get pretty close to being exact. Oops, I moved it. There we go. And now we've got two sets of rings. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some extra grid lines to help us draw a symmetrical drawing. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to draw a cross through the center of the middle circle. And this is just a rough idea. And now I'm going to extend those lines through the edge of the outer circle. And now we're going to split these four areas into two. There we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper and just practice drawing these shapes a couple times. And the first one we're going to draw is a leaf tip. So you've got the 2 points on the end and you've got the rounded edges. And I'm going to be switching to the pen while we do this, but the first time you're doing it, you probably want to start with a pencil and then trace over with the pen. So I'm going to create this shape starting from the middle into the top of the first circle. So I'm going to go like that. Now I'm going to go to the next . I'm going to repeat this design element on these four corners as well. And I'm turning the paper as I go so it follows the direction my hand naturally flows. The next shape we're going to create is going to be a simple arch, like a rainbow, an upside down U. And we're going to straddle the 2 points of the leaves and right in the middle of the next circle outline. So we're going to go up and down. There we go. And the next shape we're going to create is what I like to call a leaf tip. So it's going to be up and in, down and out. And we're going to again straddle the 2 points here. So we're touching the edge here and we're going to hit this middle point here. So we're going to go up and in, down and out. Now we're going to repeat that just a little bit lower so you get 2 rings. Up and in. So make sure you draw your outer ring first. And now we're going to go back to the shape we already created, which was the arch, and we're going to fill in these negative spaces here. And the top of the arch is going to hit the line, and the bottom is going to hit the edges of your leaf. So we're going to just go swoop up. There we go. And the next design is we're going to go back to the leaf tip shape again, and we're going to straddle the line here, and these are going to be our base points. So we're going to go up and in, down and out. And again, we're going to do the double leaf tip. Up and in, down and out. There we go. And now we have an outline drawing of a mandala. And now the fun part comes in, is we're going to be adding some details in with the other side of the dot pen. But before we do that, we're going to add one more shape just so we could have some lovely negative space we could fill in. We're going to do an upside down teardrop, a dollop. Kind of looks like this. And we're going to fill in the spaces in this leaf here. So we're going to start at the top, just add in that element. There we go. And now the fun part starts. So the first thing I like to do is, this little space here is perfect for this. And the great thing about the dot tip pens is they're pressure sensitive. So you can make teeny dots, increase the pressure and get them big. And so we can use that technique to decorate this simple design. But before we do, we're going to quickly erase these extra pencil mark lines because we don't need them anymore. Here we go. So I'm going to add a little dot detail here just because the space is calling for that element. And one thing I like to do when looking at these drawings is find different shapes that you can color in, because there's no wrong way to do this. So like in the middle here, this star shape pattern, I'm just going to go in and re-emphasize it. Just because it makes such a nice, perfect little star center. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and color in our little dollops. And don't worry about, you see I have messy edges here. We're going to be tracing this again to give it a thicker edge, so it's okay if you have little inconsistencies or mistakes because we can cover them up. So I'm just going to go in here. Like, this isn't a perfect dollop. I can go in and correct the edges if I want to, or leave it messy. It doesn't matter. Now really the creativity is up to you. You can we can practice with the cascading dots here and go light to dark, or small to big I should say. So I'm going to put some dots on the leaf tips. And now I'm going to go in and make little smaller dots all around the edge. Next, I've got these nice little leaf petals, and I'm just going to add a couple extra design elements to give it a little bit more interest. I'm going to be repeating the same shapes that we did, so I'm going to actually go back to the arch shape and repeat that inside here. I'm going to go in here and just clean up these lines a little bit and make them a little thicker so it stands out. Finished mandala drawing. And here's a few other designs using the exact same template. Thank you.